Around 2007.
And you couldn't explain the absence of the actual representation delegate at ILO.
Yes.
Because he'd be gone for weeks on end and he doesn't fulfill his BUSA duties.
Yeah.
And that's
a guy called Vic van Vieren.
Yeah.
He was the COO of BUSA, and he was the official representative for employers on the governing body of the ILO, and he would disappear for weeks, and then nobody knew what he was doing because he wasn't reporting as he should. And so they were talking about firing him because he's never around. And when I said, well, maybe we should find out what he does. So I was then told, okay, you go speak to him and come and tell us what he does. That's how I found out about the ILO.
Now, him having to leave the ILO, how easy? Because in case maybe I want to go back into trade unionism or politics, because I was also part of the formation of this one other party.
One other party. That shall remain nameless.
Other party. And I mean, trade unionism, that time there was a weak society. So, and then I was in the vice president of a branch. But I think back then, and if maybe I'll go back and speak as a, I don't know, you call it alumni, if you're an ex-comrade or something.
Founder member.
Founder member. I think founder member is better than alumni, eh?
No, even in the COSATU space, to say, I know there's people who still have ambitions. They probably some know because I mean, I took International Trade Union Confederation, where Shannon was the Secretary General. So I'm sure there's young people who are keen to want to. I mean, we have I'd say maybe millennials and boomers. Somehow they got silenced or they got comfortable in being complacent. And you see a new wave of some millennials and Gen Zs who are very strong and well informed, and they are to some degree unstructured or not organized. So how can you then, because I mean that's even your target market, instead of, because you're already, and that's also another achievement, you're already like in Business Unity South Africa, and the other one, Black Business Council.
No, there was the BITF, there was the Black Information Technology Forum, which was for technology people, for black people. Then there was the Information Technology Association, but I was the president of the ITA and the national chairman of the BITF. The ITA was white and the BITF was black.
But you still led both.
And then they took me to BUSA. That's how I got into BUSA, through seats there.
Oh, so, and again, I'd say, so now taking it back, because that's how you then ended up at the ILO.
Yes.
How do you become the chairperson of BITC?
Oh, BITF.
TF, yeah.
So I'm sitting in my company, Talk IT. Talk IT, I got involved in 2001, 2002. Talk IT was a technology company. I had bought it with partners as a management buyout. It was a company in trouble, big trouble actually, and I became the majority shareholder. I'm writing a book about that, so that one we can leave for now. But Talk IT, I then, with my partners, we built in 27 countries eventually, and turned it around. It was a turnaround success from a loss making to what was called the coffee shop of the industry. We became the company you've got to go to if you need to be trained and belong. Guy comes and asks to see me. My PA tries to block him. Guy by the name of Mdwaba Goba insists. Eventually, I said to my PA, but why are you not letting him? He says, he can't explain what he wants. I said, yeah, but he wants to see me. He says, yeah, but he won't tell us what he wants. That's from Talk. I just said, yes, but he wants to see me. Just let the guy come. So he comes, and Tlantla says to me, he's come to recruit me. Can you come to recruit me to what? He says, no, he's looking for revolutionaries.
Yeah.
So I said, you're looking for revolutionaries? I said, I come from the rural villages of the Eastern Cape. It's very unlikely that you're going to find a revolutionary there. So I don't understand how you think I'm a revolutionary. And the closest I've come to a revolutionary is reading about them and studying them in sociology. But that's it. So he says, you leave the identification of revolutionaries to us. We think you're a revolutionary and would like to recruit you. That's how I was recruited, because they wanted somebody who's going to influence change in the BITF. He didn't tell me, of course, that there were wars in the BITF. So I got in there and I found there were wars, and my role was to deal with the wars and clean it up and take it to where it needs to go.
Make a fire for the 3 feet.
For the 3 feet. Yes.
So I guess then it takes us to, okay, let's go to BUSA. And business unit South Africa is still there. Sometimes I cringe at some of the things I read and the policy they support or they are against. And that's just my personal.
I can tell you they cringe every time I speak.
Politics, I guess.
And yet their business
should make sense.
Yeah. And just for context for everybody, so BUSA is one of 150 business organizations that are members of the International Organization of Employers that I was the vice president of. So BUSA was one of 150 customers of mine, right? But BUSA has never owned me as one of their own.
And you came from.
And I came from there.
Or you led.
But I don't belong there.
Yes.